man? No. No.
사실 너무 오랜만에 무대라 우선순위라 함은 저희가 준비했던 것들을
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jakook Diaries channel. What if everything we needed to know was hidden right in front of us? Not in an interview, not in a statement, but inside a music video watched by millions. Because ARMYs just noticed something so unexpected that many are now asking the same question. Did Jakook just confirm their relationship without saying a single word? In the world of K-pop, not everything is expressed through words. Sometimes, the most profound messages are hidden in the subtlest of lyrics, camera movements, costume colors, or even a single glance that lasts only a few seconds. And that's what makes many fans believe that the story between Jimin and Jungkook, often referred to as Jikook, has always felt different. Not because of rumors, not because of wild theories, but because of the small details that seem to resurface over and over again, as if they were speaking a language only the two of them could understand. And the ARMY who are paying close attention. Things heated up again when a new music video was released. At first, many focused solely on the beautiful visual concept, emotional cinematography, and deep nuances of the story. But within hours of the video's release, ARMY began to notice something unusual. There were scenes that seemed simple, but upon closer inspection, they felt like they held hidden meanings. And that's where the big question began to emerge across social media. Were they deliberately hiding something in the video? One of the most talked about moments was when the camera slowly panned to two similar objects placed side by side, each with a complementary color. For some, it might have been simply an aesthetic element. But for fans who have followed Jimin and Jungkook's journey for years, such details felt too specific to be coincidence. They immediately recalled symbols that had appeared before. The same colors, the same positions, even the almost identical angles of the shots, reflecting on past moments they had shared together. Then there was another scene that left many completely speechless. A brief shot, just a few seconds long, of one of them turning toward the camera with a very soft expression. There was no dialogue, no dramatic movement, just a meaningful gaze. And for some reason, many felt like that gaze was saying something beyond words. In the comments section, thousands of ARMYs wrote the same thing. That gaze was different. It wasn't just acting. It wasn't just part of the story. It was something deeply personal. The more people rewatched the video, the more details they began to discover. There are small symbols in the background that were previously barely visible. There are hand gestures that appear to be code. The distance between the two characters gradually changes throughout the video, as if depicting a growing relationship. All of this fueled theories, and the discussion within the fan community intensified. But what made this situation even more emotional was the fact that Jimin and Jungkook have always been known as two people who never explain things directly. They rarely make clear statements about their relationship. Instead, they often show their affection through small gestures of smiles, hugs, or the way they care for each other on stage. And perhaps that's why every little detail in the music video feels so meaningful to so many. Some fans have even begun comparing scenes in this latest video to old moments from years past. They've noticed interesting patterns. The same symbols reappear, similar locations are used again, and even gestures they've done in the past are repeated in almost identical ways. All of this has many wondering, is this just a coincidence? Or is it a deliberately subtle message? On platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, analysis videos have begun to emerge rapidly. Some slowed down each frame to look for hidden clues. Others compiled moments they considered secret codes. And still others wrote lengthy theories about the symbolic meaning behind each scene. While not everyone agreed with the interpretations, one thing was certain: the video managed to connect with many emotionally. Interestingly, fan reactions weren't just speculation. Many reported feeling touched, even crying, after watching the video. They said the relationship between Jimin and Jungkook always felt genuine, and seeing the small clues in the video made them feel that the bond was still there, still strong and still growing. For some ARMY, it wasn't about proving something to the world. but about feeling the warmth of a relationship they'd witnessed for years.
가장 크게 보답을 해줄 수 있는 거는 좋은 음악과 무대이기 때문에 그거를 충족시키기 위해서.
There was also a moment where one of them was seen standing alone, with a soft light shining on their face. Then, a few seconds later, the camera pans to another scene, revealing the presence of someone who looks very familiar. The transition feels like a metaphor, a visual way to show that even though they're walking different paths, they're still connected. And for many fans, the scene feels like a silent confession. The more we talk about the video, the clearer it becomes that its main strength isn't just the visuals or the music, but the emotions it conveys. Every little detail seems designed to make the viewer feel something: longing, warmth, hope, and perhaps even love. And that's what leads many to believe that the video's message isn't just an artistic concept, but a reflection of a real relationship that has developed over the years. But amid all the theories and speculation, there's one thing that longtime fans often remind themselves of. Jimin and Jungkook never needed official confirmation to demonstrate their closeness. They've shown their mutual affection in countless moments on stage, off-screen, and in everyday life. And perhaps that's why every little hint in the music video feels so powerful. Because people have seen evidence of that relationship for so long. Some might ask why a small detail like this could trigger such a big reaction. The answer is simple. Because genuine relationships always leave traces. Even in small things, even in seemingly insignificant moments. And when fans see those traces reappear in the artwork, they feel as if they are witnessing a continuing story. Ultimately, the big question remains: did they really hide a message in the music video? Was it a deliberately subtle confirmation? Or just the interpretation of fans who want to believe? There's no definitive answer. But perhaps that's precisely the beauty of this story. In the mystery that keeps people searching, hoping, and connecting. Because for many armies, Jakook's story isn't about labels or official recognition. It's about two people who continue to show they care for each other, even when the world doesn't always understand their relationship. It's about the small moments that feel real, the meaningful glances, and the way they always come back to each other, no matter how far they travel. And perhaps that's why the video feels so special. Not because of the secrets it might hide, but because of the feelings it manages to convey. The feeling that behind all the spotlight and the big stage, there's a bond that remains simple, warm, and strong. So when someone asks, did Jikook just confirm their relationship? Perhaps the answer doesn't need to be in words. Perhaps the answer is already there in every scene, every symbol, and every look they share. And maybe they never really hid it. And maybe that's the real message hidden in the music video. Not a loud confession, not a dramatic announcement, but something much quieter and much more powerful. Because sometimes the strongest feelings are the ones that don't need to be explained. They're shown in small gestures, in soft smiles, in the way two people keep choosing each other again and again, no matter what. For years, armies around the world have watched their story unfold. Through stages, through challenges, through moments of laughter and tears. And whether it's friendship, love, or a bond that words simply can't define, one thing has always been clear. Jimin and Jungkook have always had something special. So what do you think, Army? Did they really hide a secret message in the music video? Or are these beautiful coincidences that just make their story even more magical? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Because your voice, your theories, and your feelings are what keep this story alive. If you enjoyed this video and want more emotional stories about Jikook, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next update. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay kind, and always remember, some connections don't need confirmation. They just need two hearts that keep finding their way back to each other.